Good morning, everyone. Day 2 somatic journey of the 28 days. Hopefully you had a good chance to take a look at day 1. If not, veer back, take a look, or watch. What's really nice about these 28 days is I'm not doing the same 2 things every day, so you really don't have to do them in order. There's actually no order to it. But what I would suggest is maybe finding 1 or 2 poses that you like after the 28 days and just focus on them for a week or 2, maybe more, and then build off of that. So I'm just giving you like a little bit of a synopsis in the next, within this 28 days, starting yesterday to the end of January. So yesterday I talked a little bit about pendiculation, and I also talked about means whereby. So if you didn't look at yesterday, just quickly, pendiculation is a really big part of gentle somatic yoga. We move the body into where the muscles contract, but we're not stretching. We're just kind of re-educating, reprogramming the body. So we move into a position where the body stops, allow the muscles to hold, and then we fully release that pose, that movement. And that's like the yawn, like when we're releasing. The means whereby is where we stop, or like we're noticing something that we just want to explore a little bit more. So we cut everything down into little movements, play around with it. The new term for today is SMA, sensory motor amnesia. So what'll happen is over time, when our body just takes on trauma or realigns itself, or adjusts and the muscles are holding tight, our muscles don't remember how to release and how to move fluidly. So you might notice with these movements, you're feeling like kind of like these static, almost staccato, sticky moments of you trying to get the body to move in a certain way. That's sensory motor amnesia. So with gentle somatic yoga, we're reprogramming, re-educating the muscles to release. So from the brain, mentally, sensing the sensation physically, and slowly reprogramming the muscles to let go, to relax. It's amazing for so many modalities, for chronic pain, for maybe accidents where things happen, maybe just reposition, like working on posture. So today, our 2 poses are, one is heart opening. I have that in a couple of my other videos from the past, but I want to put that in here because it's amazing for basically preparing the brain and the nervous system for more somatic movements. It also works with awareness of the heart center. When it comes to what it'll improve, like spinal mobility and flexibility and circulation of the lymphatic and blood flow systems, lymphatic and circulation systems. It also will help over time reverse like pelvic floor disorder and lethargy and overall body stiffness. And so we're going to start with our heart warming, heart opening. I'm saying a lot. Anyways, you're going to come into a seated position. This can also be done on a chair. So you're finding it hard to sit on the floor and putting like a support underneath the sit bones just isn't comfortable, then please feel free to sit back in a chair. You can have the legs, one leg or both legs extended. Find what works best for you. I'm quite comfortable sitting like this today, so that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to put our hands, we're going to start. Hands on the legs, palms down. Shoulders away from the ears. And we're going to do a pre-check, which is basically for this movement, we're going to do a nice body scan. So sitting in stillness, noticing how the body feels in whatever position you chose for seated, on the floor, on a cushion, on a chair. And notice sensation sitting here. For myself today, I really do feel this more within my lower back. A little bit of tingling starting now that I've been sitting here for over a minute. Just kind of playing around with my spine, seeing if I can lengthen it for a moment, then I'll just let it go. So we're going to start with this SMF, or somatic movement flow of heart opening. I'm going to break it down. So there's going to be 3 sets per side. So doing that, it gives your brain time to connect with the movement and feel what's going on. The first part of the movement is called the Egyptian. So your hands are palms down. I can reach my knees. If your hands can't extend all the way to the knees, just go to what's comfortable for the arms, where you're not feeling forced into a movement that's uncomfortable. I'm going to start by allowing my body to move to the right, creating an Egyptian movement. And it's almost like you get a little beach ball here. And I can feel the pull, lower back, more QL. And I'm going to move to the left, pause. I'm going to do this 2 more times. Move to the right. So you'll notice I came up on my fingertips. I forgot to mention that. You come up onto your fingertips. Move to the left. Right. Pause. Left. Pause. Come back up to center. Let's do 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to move to the next set in our steps. So we just did the Egyptian. Excuse me. Now we're going to do almost like a seated cat and cow. It's literally like that. But it's a very subtle movement. So again, fingertips up, shoulders relax. I'm going to round everything in, tucking my chin to my chest with what feels comfortable. There's no pain. Pause. Open up the heart. Pause. 2 more. Round. Arch. You'll notice I'm going nice and slow. I'm feeling these cool little statics, so I know within my hips into lower back. So I'm just going to play with this. So I'm coming to my rounding. I'm going to slowly come out of my rounding to my arch. And there's the little, I'm getting the more SI to QL on my right. So I'm just going to kind of play with this. Kind of explore the sensation. There's no right or wrong. This is what's really cool about somatics. Open up the heart. And come back to center. Just going to sit in stillness for a few breaths. Sorry, I have a cold. All right, so I'm going to combine the Egyptian and the art, like the cat and cow movement. This is really neat on the brain because you'll notice like there may be those skips or jumps. For myself, I tend to get it more in my right side because that's where I have the most chronic pain going from my lumbar spine over to my right hip. So let's see how it goes. So we're going to do 3 rounds, creating circles to the right. Then we're going to pause for a moment and then reverse our rotation. So here we go. Egyptian to the right. rounding the spine. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Hello, staccatos. Egyptian to the left. Open the heart. 2 more. Egyptian right. Round. It's really neat, the sensations. Left. Heart. 1 more. Egyptian. Round. Left Egyptian. Heart. Now come to center. We're going to go the opposite way. Left. Round. Yeah, when I come to the right, it just wants to stop me. Like the brain does not want to cooperate, or the muscles don't want to cooperate with the brain. Heart. Left. I love to close my eyes just to really take out that vision, that sense, and just go internal. Open the heart. Left. Round. Right. Heart. Come back to center. Pose check. Let's do 3 breaths first. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. All right, I'm going to stretch my legs out for a second. My camera's a little shaky, I apologize. Little shake. I'm just going to cross my legs one more time. And like we did at the beginning, I'm just kind of scanning up my spine, my seat. My hips feel like they have a little bit more of fluidity, like opening. My lower back does not have that sensation like it did at the beginning. I was noticing that tingling. I feel warmth, but not as much discomfort. So our second pose for today is the somatic low back and QL release. So the quadratus lumborum is this nice muscle on the back that a lot of us, when we have chronic pain, tends to be in that area. There are other muscles like our sacroiliac muscles in our joints, the hips, there's the glutes. So there's a lot going on down here. We hold a lot of tension, and I say trauma a lot, but I mean more as in like the tightness in the area. It could be from stress, it could be whatever physical activities that you're doing or not doing. So with our somatic low back and QL release, the big thing, it helps with chronic lower back pain. Specifically that QL, it does help with sciatica, and it helps also with pelvic floor disorder. Also can help with digestive disorders. I've done this one a few times. What I do notice, and it's such a different movement that you may notice a day or two after it, you are tender. That is the buildup of the lactic acid and into the muscles, because they've been really worked. It's a very gentle movement, but if you're noticing tenderness or discomfort for a day or two after, by day 3 you should be better. So this is because we're really activating those muscles in a gentle way, but they're being worked. All right, so let's lay on the floor. You're gonna have your knees bent. And for this particular one, I'm only doing 3 steps to it, there's more, but because it's new, it can be really hard for people to perform. It's actually quite difficult for me to do also. So I thought it'd be really neat to put this more towards the beginning of my 28 days, and then towards the end, see if there's a difference on what I'm feeling and sensing. So my knees are bent, as you can see, feet are flat on the floor. My arms are released alongside the body. Sorry. And the first step is literally, we're lifting the right hip and then releasing. So you may notice, here I go, I'm lifting, my right knee goes a little bit forward and like a line. It may veer out depending on the makeup of my hip and my knee. And release. One more. Lifting my right hip, knee juts forward, not outwards, if possible, and down. And remember, there's no right or wrong. You're wanting to activate right within pelvis and QL. And if you can't get it right away, that's absolutely normal. The next movement we're adding on to it is we'll be turning palm up, right palm, hugging it in towards the body. So your shoulder blade is coming in towards the spine, and you gently rotate your head to the right. Okay? So that's being added to this, so with the hip and then the arm, and then release. Okay? So pelvis, right pelvis, pause. Rotate shoulder, palm is up, pause, and release. We always want the release in between, because if not, it's more of an exercise. We're not doing an exercise, we're reprogramming and re-educating here. So here we go. Hip, forward, up and forward, rotate, hug in, gently turn the neck. Release all muscular effort. One more. Right hip, pelvis up. Rotate, shoulder blade coming in towards the spine. Pause. And release. Release all muscular effort. The next step, the third step, is we'll be bringing the knees together. All right, so it'll be hip up, rotate, shoulder, knees together. Your knees may touch or they may not, just depends on how tight everything is within the hips, pelvis, glutes, lower back, okay? It's pretty neat because you learn to explore your body, your soma, and you start to understand how your body is moving, why there's pain, maybe why there's no pain, maybe because it's just tight. Here we go. Right pelvis, right knee goes forward. Rotate shoulder, look a little bit right. Knees together. Pause. Ooh, can feel that in my lower back, but a good sensation. It's not bad. And come back. Release all muscular effort. Pause. 2 more rounds. Pelvis. Rotate. Knees together. Pause. Release. 1 more. Lift. Pelvis. Rotate. Shoulder and head gently. Knees together. Remember, they don't have to touch. And pause. Release all of it. Release, 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 release. So I'm going to do like a little check before moving to the left. I'm going to extend my legs. I'm just going to see if I notice anything between right and left side. My right side does feel a little bit more loose, more open. I think that's basically it. My neck, I can tell, is feeling warm with that rotation. I noticed it was a little bit harder to turn to the right, but that's what I also notice a lot with my neck because of what's going on within it. All right, let's move to the left. There's always one side I struggle with more, and my right wasn't so bad, so let's see what happens here. So knees are bent, feet are flat. Let's do it in those steps. We're going to start with the pelvis lift first, just the left here. So I'm going to leave my left hand there so you can see what's going on. I'm lifting my pelvis. On the left only. Pause. And release. Pause. Lift. Pause. Release. Full muscular effort is being let go. One more of just the lift on the left side. Lifting the left pelvis, hip, and release. Pause. Okay, now I'm going to add that shoulder movement first. Sorry. I'm going to add the shoulder rotation to the pelvis lift 3 times. Left, hip and pelvis, rotating shoulder, right, left palms coming up, and release all muscular effort. 2 more. Left pelvis, hip lift. Rotating left shoulder, looking gently to the left. Pause. And release. It's like the yawn, the pendiculation. We need that pendiculation in there. 1 more. Left pelvis, hip. Shoulder. Pause. And release all effort. Pause. We're going to add that knees motion at the end. So remember, knees come towards each other. They may touch, they may not. Here we go. Left pelvis up. Left shoulder rotating the palm up, looking left. Knees together. Pause. Whoo! I can so feel this on my left side on my QL. And release. All muscular effort. Pause. 2 more. Left pelvis, hip. Rotate shoulder, gently look left. Knees together. Pause. And release. 1 more. Pelvis, hip on the left. Rotate shoulder. Knees together. Let go completely. Pause. Let's do a post check here. I'm going to extend my legs. Whew. I feel like my shoulders are more in line with each other. My neck feels a little bit more fluid, not as restricted. Both sides on my pelvis groin feel more opened, almost like a flaring of wings. And my lower back has some sensations in it today. What's really neat about this particular flow, it really gets you to connect with that lower back. the sensation on your mobility, lumbar down to sacral spine to coccyx. There's so much happening in this midsection, in the back and the front. So that's it for the 2 poses today. Any questions, send me a message. Sorry about the cold. 'Tis the season, 'tis January, but I really hope you keep following along with me. Like I said, it doesn't have to be in order. You could even just find 1 or 2 poses that you like and you just go to them and watch. If you have any questions on them and if you have any sensations, or if you want to even build on this and want some guidance, I can offer private sessions on Zoom. But yeah, thank you. Day 2 is done. Quickly, I did notice yesterday, my whole day, my energy level was so high. I felt actually no discomfort in my lower back and even my neck until nighttime. So that's unheard of. I am usually in chronic pain right when I wake up to the end of the day. So yesterday I had way more fluidity. I did already walk this morning with Gracie, my dog. So I did do a little bit of movement or walk before the somatic practice this morning. But I'll let you know how it's going tomorrow, or how it went today and tomorrow. All right, have a great one, everyone. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.